Easy credit. Anything you want, then you can get it.
Yes.
Don't get scammed, cause then you'll regret it. Hollywood legend. Look pathetic and look pathetic. Easy credit. Anything you want, then you can get it. Don't get scammed, cause then you'll regret it. You no longer gotta look pathetic. Easy credit. Anything you want, then you can get it. Don't get scammed, cause then you'll regret it. You no longer gotta look pathetic. Easy.
Oh.
Easy credit. Anything you want, then you can get it. Don't get scammed, cause then you'll regret it. You no longer gotta look pathetic. Easy credit. Don't get scammed. What you need is just a change of plans. And time is money, you know, get that cash. Work for it comes, just get it fast. Easy credit.
Short sales savage. Let me see the twerk. Oh man, what's good, my people?
What's up, Giz? What's going on?
Yo, chilling, enjoying my quarantine.
I hear you. You know, it's funny. People are like, "Oh no, COVID-19." People still buying houses. People still fucking their credit up. People still need us.
No. This is the thing. When things are
Good
good,
everybody, welcome to day 36 of the income stream. Welcome in. Today I'm going to talk.
when things are doing good,
Yeah,
people don't look for us.
No.
When things are bad, it's like Batman. When the city needs Batman, that they put the light in the sky and they say short sell savage. That's when you come to the rescue for these people.
Yo, you just gave me an idea, bro. I'm gonna go get a bat light, mate, with fucking RRG on it. Neon yellow. Guys, listen, my guest today, if you don't know him, his name is Gillermo. Yeah, fuck your name up, bro. I just call you Gizzy Credit, bro. Hashtag Gizzy Credit, Cervano. And we known each other a long time.
Yeah.
We're friends, first and foremost.
Yes.
We've referred business back and forth for a very long time.
Correct.
I mean, it's some crazy stuff going on. You've been doing credit repair for 10 years now.
Yeah, 10 years plus, 2009 plus. We've been, I had my YouTube channel because there was a time where I would got into the business and I wanted to go out there and help people out, get with realtors, mortgage people. I created a flyer. I walked around to places, gave my flyer. Nobody called me. So I said, damn, I got to find out a way that I don't have to have an office. I could do this from my house and then YouTube. And then I got over my fear of being on camera, over my fear of, what people are going to think about me, how I'm going to sound, what am I going to look like, and when you start, you get those nasty comments. You get the, you immigrant, you Mexican, you whatever, but all those things you learn.
I thought you were Irish, bro.
Huh?
I thought you were Irish.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Lucky charm.
Yes. But as you can see how social media has helped out a lot of people remove that stigma that comes with being on camera, because you got to, if you want to look cute or whatever, but a lot of times people look to be perfect on social media. And that's the worst thing that you could do on social media, because you're going to attract people by just being authentic and being honest with people, to be honest. Just like you do. You're honest. You have a brutally honest way of showing people who you are, and people gravitate to you because they like it.
People don't always like honesty. They want to hear what they want to hear, And I tell people all the time, you don't want to hear the God's honest truth. Don't ask me because I don't have a filter.
Correct.
But, I have to say, like, I've been in this crazy business, this side of the business for 15 years. People don't really know. I've actually been in real estate for, I'll say, close to almost 19 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but not in this capacity. So 15 years, doing the short sales and stuff like that. But here's the thing that people really don't know, and I think they really should know.
Okay.
Is I didn't really want to go on social media.
Okay.
I wasn't really like, I'm not that guy that like, I'm not tech savvy. I got people around me to do stuff like that. That thumbnail that you did, for this event, people reach out, yo, you're stepping up your game, looks really good. Yeah, I didn't do that. I'm like, Gizzy did that. You want to get thumbnails made? He'll do you a thumbnail for like $60.
Correct.
You got that's going to be one of his side hustles.
Yes.
Because it's time consuming. But
Yeah.
but you have to learn things out of necessity.
Well, it's an art. It's just like what you're doing. There's an art form to doing, thumbnails and doing social media. And if you're creative, either you find people like you say, Joe, can you do it for me? And hey, you look like a hero if it posts and it's successful. Yeah. And that's another thing that.
Well, I was going to talk to you about it, and of course, my company will pay your company for it. I have an idea for a thumbnail, so I'd like to hire you just to do that. So I have a nicer looking thumbnail. I want to do one for the daytime show, and I want to do one for the nighttime show. I want there to be like, like after dark,
Yeah.
And the nighttime show, actually, we're going to be diving deep. But the thing is that, the reason why I wanted to have you on,
correct,
is that everybody always talks about the market's going up, the market's going down. My clients, Bella Rain, I hear you, Bella.
They hear Bella Rain.
I hear Bella. That's one of the perks from working from home, man.
10 years already, bro.
There's no delay. There's no delay button.
No, there isn't.
Bella Rain goes poo-poo in her diaper. We get to hear it. Everything that goes on, obviously, in the world, people don't realize it, but it's really credit driven. Anything that you do, utilities, cars, credit cards, houses, if you want to get a line of credit, business credit, if you want to get store credit at a store or your local hardware store. So credit is so important. And I'm dealing with homeowners that are obviously in trouble with their properties.
Correct.
And we refer people over to, like yourself, who, has a heart, and where to place them with the right people as far as, offer the credit services and stuff like that.
Correct.
Not everybody has $1,200. Not everybody has $2,500 to start. Some people are on fixed budgets. You would know more than anybody else if there's a real difference between paying a ton of money up front, paying a monthly fee, service fees, or whatever it is. We don't have to necessarily get into that if you don't want to.
No, I mean, I tell people all the time, if you want to go to a company that's more, because there's difference in value and in quality of work that is done. So let's say you go to Walmart, the type of quality that you're going to get from Walmart. So aside from that, then you say, well, let me just go to Target, because Target seems to be a little bit more expensive than Walmart, but at least I'll get a little bit more nicer things. But then you get your other places where if you want to go to Bed Bath and Beyond, right? You're trying to get more things. Things are going to be a little bit more expensive and other stores than others because of the quality that you do. And then you go into a boutique store and you're like, man, this is a boutique. This is crazy good quality. The way they take care of you, they're going to size me up and they're going to tell me what I need, how to do it. They're going to tailor me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we provide. We provide more of that aspect of quality of service. And that's why we get referrals, is because of the quality of service that we have. We stopped taking payments a very long time ago because we've tried everything for the customer. Mm-hmm. Monthly fees, we tried half up front and the next half when we get done, or to work on the next half, we require the payment. But then we tend to work faster than people save for the service. So now we only charge a one-time fee and we commit to the file until everything is removed. But aside from that, I'm not going anywhere. This is what we do. This is why I post videos every day on social media. This is why, because you got to build trust. In order for you to build trust, people need to see you. People need to see results. People need to see that you care for them. People need to see educational side of things. That's why what you do is so important, because you educate people on this, on that, on the process, so that when they come to you, you're not even selling. You're just telling people this is going to be the cost, and we're going to get started. Get out of my way, because you don't do what I do. Okay? Get out of my way. Let me help you. And that's how we help people out. But yeah, it's only a one-time fee that we take, and we commit to the file until everything is removed. Some files could take us 2 weeks to remove everything, 30 days to remove everything. But each credit bureau works the same but differently in them telling you they're going to remove this account or verify it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when people come to us and they do the credit repair service, we go by the first round of disputes, and we're going to see how long this process is going to be. So if we remove in the first round 70 to 90% of the negative accounts in the first 30 days, we know there's going to be another 1 or 2 rounds in order for that bureau to get done. But let's say we remove 30 to 50% of the negative accounts in the first 30 days. Then we know this could be more of a process to remove all of the negative items on the credit file. It doesn't matter. A one-time fee covers you until everything is removed. So we work on not only negative items, but inaccuracies, inquiries, other names, aliases, addresses, jobs, phone numbers that you may have. All that stuff doesn't need to be there. We only want you to have one name, one address, one SSN, and that's it. If you go and apply, that's when you put your phone number, that's when you put your job, that's when you put your address that you live at, and that's where everything goes into your credit file.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So it's a process to remove everything from each bureau, but we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to sit here and say, oh, you only paid for 6 months of the service, so therefore, take care, have a good day. It's all about being goal oriented. Yesterday, I had a customer. He was on my live show. He was commenting, and he wanted a quote to remove inquiries from his credit file. He was from Mississippi. He contacted me, and he told me he already has $35,000 worth of credit cards on his credit file, but still has a couple of negative items on Equifax and TransUnion. And I said, what's your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Oh, I'm just trying to get 8 more credit cards. I want all major credit cards. I said, okay, what's the purpose? Do you have a business? No. So what you want it? Just to say that I have them. So you want bragging rights? Is that it? So that when you go bad, you're going to go and charge up these cards and you're going to let them go to shit?
Listen, I got a black card, right?
Correct.
So yeah, it's got a nice limit on it, and it's metal and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if I don't pay it, I'm screwed.
Correct.
I think people need to stop worrying about the flash.
Well, here's the thing that I got.
Worry more about having some cash.
Here's the thing that I got from another person who was in IT. He's in Ohio, and he's embarrassed that he has to go out with his friends and pay with a $7,500 limit Capital One credit card. He's embarrassed to pull out that he has a Capital One. So he wants to get an American Express card. Bro, are you friends to show off? Like, is this bragging rights that you just want?
But look, the nature, I think the people in general, who's got the latest, vehicle, who's got the nicest watch, who's got the beautiful clothes, not just the clothes, that shit's got to be tailor fit. So you go out and you spend $200 on a pair of pants that looks really good, and then you got to hug them, you got to do the ankle hug on it. Correct. And bring it to your tailor. Before you're done with it, $200 pair of pants, now it's like $300, and Or for what? To impress somebody else? Dude, I wear T-shirts and ripped jeans.
Well, here's the thing: is that all that is changing with this virus that we got going on right now. Is that important to you? People are really realizing what's important to them. Do I need the most, the flashiest car or a high-end vehicle, or do I just want a car that take me from here to there? So the reality is that this virus, this situation that we're going on right now, this is going to put a lot of people into perspective, because a lot of people are like, well, do I have money for this? Like, look at the things that I'm valuing right now as pertains to putting things on credit. Did this really need to be on credit? And everybody's different. I never stop people from their hustle as far as what they could spend, what they cannot spend. If it was up to me, go get a used 5-year-old Toyota Camry. That's for everybody. For everybody, I don't.
You could go get a Range Rover that costs $100,000, and 2 years later you can go get the same Range Rover, or even a year later, and get it for like $45,000.
Correct, but the maintenance on that Range Rover, and for you just to drive around and say you got a Range Rover, you got it. That mentality right now is being tested with this virus that we got going on, quarantine life and everything, because that's not really that important anymore. Do I really need to have that when my money, my payments, you as well as I know that this is going to get worse. Right. And eventually we're going to be busier than we are right now because of this situation, because people can't handle it. They don't have emotional strength. And they don't know how to actively be proactive, because the media, the way that the economy has been set up, that we have to be in debt in order to survive. That's all going to be questioned, and so, it's all going to be out the window.
I'm going to cut you off, because what gets me crazy is that people are like, oh my God, it's coronavirus.
Correct.
People are still working.
Yes.
The majority of the people, from what I understand, got laid off were people that were, restaurant related.
Yes.
Anything that had to do with real, like, Canton stuff. So if you're with a major corporation, from what I could be wrong, based on what I'm hearing from my friends, I still got my job. I just got my bonus or whatever it is. I think if you got to walk outside your house right now with the mask on, if you got to wear a pair of gloves because you can't keep your hands off your face or whatever, you don't know how to clean yourself properly, that's another thing. Look, we make a trip every 2 weeks to go out to the store, buy groceries, which is funny because my wife's like, oh my God, you see how much we spend? Babe, we haven't been to the grocery store in 2 or 3 weeks.
Correct.
That's normal.
Yes.
Break it down. But
especially you got a family of 5. You got what? How many? 6 people in there?
I got like 25 people living in my house now.
That's what I'm saying. Plus the dogs.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy, bro.
So you got to go to BJ's. You got to go.
Yeah, man. I'm running a geriatric home over here now. A geriatric daycare center. But so we go out in Gen Pop. So we go out in Gen Pop, and everybody's talking about make sure your hands are clean, don't touch your face, wear your mask. Yo, take a freaking shower.
Yes.
These people aren't taking showers. It's like, yo, I'll smell you later, like the Fresh Prince says.
Yes.
How do you let your hygiene go? I understand you want to take a shower, you don't want to do your hair, you don't want to do your makeup. I mean, yo, if you got a spouse, you got a loved one, you're living with them, my God, if they smell, let them know. Tell a friend, phone in a friend, be like, yo, call so-and-so and say, yo, you need to take a shower because I smell you over here. Don't brought the general population like that. Gen Pop doesn't smell you like that.
Well, right now, this is off topic, but right now, when I go to ShopRite, I'm not allowed to come in the house without taking off my clothes and going straight into the shower. That's just the way it is.
That's what you guys are doing now?
Yeah, that's like every day. It's like if I got to go out to ShopRite or be in a place where there's other people, go out. There's a basket that we have that's just for clothes that we go outside with. And then you got to get into the shower immediately. Of course, I got a daughter and I got a pregnant wife. So I got to double think things as well and not bring anything inside the house. So
we actually have a mutual friend. I'm not going to say who it is, but they told me that when their spouse comes home from work, got them with 2 cans of Lysol. spraying them down. Then they got to take everything off, right? And then they hose them down. I'm like, listen, you might need to seek therapy because I think that's a little over the top.
Correct. But look at the states that are opening up right now, right? With this coronavirus stuff, talking into the economy. We're gonna have to think differently of what's gonna be, how we're gonna do things. Because if we're still going out there, and I don't mind wearing a mask, but how are these states going to open up the economy and everything is going to open up when you have people that are going to be wearing masks, are going to be social distancing? In a restaurant, it used to be 30 people in there. Now it may be 10 people in there, and they're going to be paying a hefty price tag to be in there because
we actually know a couple.
Be less people.
We actually know a couple of people that own restaurants. And what they're proposing, from what I understand now, is let's say you got 60 seats, 60 tables. They want you to cut it in half to 30 tables. And if the 30 tables can't be anywhere between 6 to 10 feet apart, then they need you to cut it down even more. The servers are going to wear masks. They're going to wear gloves. Listen, if that's what we have to do, who gives a shit?
Correct.
The economy has to be stimulated. People need to go out, and I think the stimulus package I think is great between unemployment and also I guess the Fed.
Well, we're gonna get another one because it wasn't enough.
Did you get yours already?
No, I still haven't gotten mine, but we're gonna get another one because
you're not getting yours, bro.
Huh?
You're not getting yours.
I'm not getting mine. Okay.
No, I stole it out of your mailbox.
But no, think about it. Now there's this big thing about other states, and because me and you, we get business from other states, we kind of have an understanding of how those states work. You know, not every state is congested like what we live here, and we live in the epidemic of the ground zero. We live in Bergen County where everything's starting. So there's how many people already in Bergen County? 10,000 people that have the virus, like or got tested and are positive.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is.
Okay, but then again, there's other places, Arizona, Florida. They're more spread out than we are. They could go out there. They could go open their beaches. I mean, I'm okay for that. Go out there, go do your thing, and go spend money and stimulate the economy to not let this go down. Because a lot of people who, if you don't open up the economy, and of course, they're going to call me right wing if I do that, because I mean, only right wing people or libertarians want to open up everything and get to work ASAP. But it is what it is. But, you know, this is a credit related podcast. But the whole thing is that, you know, you're going to need a job. How are you going to pay the bills that you have right now? You know, eventually.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because there are people out right now that can't pay their credit cards.
Correct.
What should they do if they can't pay their credit cards?
Well, listen, you could call up the bank and say, I'm going to have a hard time paying off. But there hasn't been anything that said about they're going to waive 30 days on credit cards. Have you heard of that? I mean, a bank said something about the forbearance and all that stuff with mortgages, but credit cards, you got to pay the minimum payment at least.
What if you don't have the money for the minimum payment of your credit card?
You're going to be late. That's a late payment on your credit file. But there are people, and you and me know that we work in different states, and there are other people who are doing better than others. Of course, not everyone is in the same boat. You know, everyone, that's the beauty of us working online, where we don't have to focus on just one area of people and help out one area of people. We look at things in a broader perspective of we're helping people nationally on a national level. So we see other areas where people have income coming in and could pay for this and you get a mortgage and could go and finance a new vehicle. So my job as a credit expert is to position you to do what you want to do. And right now, the big thing is being able to go and refinance to a lower interest rate ASAP. So I got people on Facebook that contact me. I disputed some of my negatives. I didn't get the results that I wanted. I want an expert to do it. My goal is to be able to refinance into a lower rate. boom. He started yesterday. We're gonna wait 30 days to see the first round of results. If he is ready to do this, which a lot of my customers have been ready in 30 days to refinance, because we removed the negative items in which they could go out there and refinance into a lower rate, saving money. That's even better for them. But there are some people who it could take a little longer to remove the negatives, and so that they could be able to go and do what they want to do with their credit.
But what happens, let's say 7 months from now, the coronavirus goes away, and people are reaching out to say, listen, I had good credit, but I've had issues for 3 months.
Correct.
Can you make a late payment really go away?
Yeah, we make. Well, here's the thing: if you have 1 or 2 late payments on your credit report, we could dispute, and the bureaus will adjust the payment history to stellar payment history. But let's say you got a whole bunch of late payments. You got 3, 5, 6, 9, 10. I mean, people who come to me who have mortgages and have 10, 12 months of late payments, I'm going to have to remove that whole account. I can't go after one late payment. No. We remove the whole account from your credit report. If you have a couple of late payments on a car note, whether it's Toyota Financial or a used car dealership, those payments could be removed, but there's a possibility that the whole account could be removed as well. But in the event you're able to remove it, your credit score goes up, and then you're able to do what you want to do.
Somebody calls you up, says, I'm concerned because I can't make my auto payment. Auto, mortgage, credit. Do you have a way of showing the credit bureau that this is more of a disaster issue because of what happened? As long as they have stellar credit in the past, is it something, yes, they did do it, it was a mistake, they couldn't get through it financially because somebody was out of work? Do you have good luck removing those types of things?
No, that's more of like a goodwill letter. And even goodwill letters, probably they only be able to help you if you've had a relationship with that bank all your life, or 10 years, 15 years. Right. Maybe you were late and you say, hey, can you please remove this account? But more than likely, that doesn't ever happen. And these the letters that tell you, please remove it because I've been such a good customer, they won't listen to you. And it just reports as a late payment. Now, in this process of COVID, I believe Ally Bank from auto dealership, you were able to call them and they'll waive the payment until you're able to catch back on your feet. And
that's great.
Know that.
If anybody has a loan with Ally Bank,
I believe it was Ally Bank. I did a podcast on this, and I had some people say there was some cars. So you got to call your bank that deals with your the lender for your car loan,
mm-hmm.
and see if they'll waive it so you could get on your feet again, and boom. But I believe with everything in life, especially with lenders, you have to show that there's hardship. You know, with your business, you got to show hardship in order for you to do a modification or a short sell.
Right. Somebody wants to reach out to you and they want to just basically find out their options. They want to talk to you. They want to bend your ear. Maybe they're not ready to hire you. Are you okay with somebody that just reaches out to you and tries to ask you some information?
2 people already. They commented on our podcast last night. When do you recommend bankruptcy? They said to us. Is there a time where I look at a file and say, you can't handle this stuff, you got to go do bankruptcy? We've never, ever done or said such thing.
Yeah, so I was going to ask, because, I mean, obviously, legally, you can't do stuff like that.
No.
You refer people for a consultation.
I refer people. Listen, at the end of the day, yes, looking at your credit file and look how much you owe, and then saying your income, right? Because we take into account your income minus your expenses plus whatever you're paying on your credit report. And then we say, can you handle it? Or if not, we say we could remove all of these negative items that you have. All right, we could remove from the credit report. You could go out there and get new credit. But just because you remove this credit, it doesn't mean you still don't owe it. But at least once it's removed from your credit file, you can then go and settle these debts. All right. This is if you owe collection companies, not with the main creditor. The main creditor is not going to have that. The main creditor is going to want to get paid its full money that is owed. Just like when we remove mortgages from people's credit reports, the late payments, right? The mortgage gets removed. That doesn't mean you stop paying your mortgage. You still pay your mortgage on time. The only thing is that it's not going to report on your credit file. It'll boost your credit scores, but it's not going to report on your credit file. Just like
what if somebody has a mortgage and they file bankruptcy and they don't reaffirm their mortgage, but they stay
record.
Right now, hold on. Let me finish the question.
Okay.
Don't cut me off.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's correct. That's Mr. Hammer to you. If somebody files bankruptcy,
okay,
does not reaffirm the mortgage during the bankruptcy proceedings, and now the bankruptcy is completed and it's discharged, right? Now they has a bankruptcy on their credit.
Correct.
Does that mortgage still report to the credit bureau?
You said the mortgage was included in the bankruptcy?
Yeah.
You said the mortgage was included in the bankruptcy?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Anything that says included in bankruptcy needs to be removed from the credit report in order for your credit scores to jump. Normally, the bankruptcy itself doesn't hold as much weight on as far as credit scores as the accounts that were added to the bankruptcy, because the accounts that you were added to the bankruptcy were the ones you were late on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the ones that you discharge, the ones that are in collection. Okay, mm-hmm. All those 90-day, 30-day, 60-day, 120-day late, that's all negative, and that has to be removed from the credit report. So yeah, we remove bankruptcies all the time, whether it's a Chapter 7 bankruptcy or Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which is a restructured payment of your debt, but it still shows up as a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. It can still be removed from your credit report. It's just a process to remove it from each bureau, but it can be removed. I always tell people who tell me, oh, this Chapter 7 bankruptcy is going to be on my credit for 10 years. Okay, yeah, we could remove it. When? Whenever you file, whenever you want to start. If you filed 5 years ago, you want to remove, we could dispute to remove it. If you filed it 30 days ago, we could dispute to remove it. If you filed it yesterday, we could dispute to remove it. Again, the bankruptcy is only one thing. The negative account that was included in the bankruptcy holds more weight. So all those negatives also need to be removed in order for your credit scores to jump and go up. And then the bankruptcy also needs to be removed too, because let's say some people are trying to buy a house in the next 2 years. I always tell people, listen, if we dispute this negative item, this negative bankruptcy, and I remove it from 2 bureaus, but in 2 years, I still have 1 bankruptcy on Experian, and it gets removed at 2 years, it's still better than having it there for 10 years. You understand?
So what's the probability of somebody actually getting negative remarks off somebody's credit report? Is it, because everybody's always like, credit repair is a hoax. It doesn't really work. It's bullshit. You throw money away. If you have a judgment and your judgment gets removed off your credit, you still owe it and stuff like that. So, I mean, what is the purpose of really doing credit repair?
Well, restarting your life. So, you talk about bankruptcy, but you also have to talk about divorce. And there's a lot of people divorcing nowadays. There's a lot of people filing bankruptcy. And a divorce at time, if it's not done right, could be, you very much feel like you were just bankrupt. All right. So all those things can be removed. But how do you restart your life again? And this is the best thing about credit repair is that it's all about positioning you to do what you want to do with your credit. It's got to be goal oriented. So let's say you start the process and we don't remove everything from all 3 bureaus, but we remove everything from 1 bureau. Let's say this bureau is Equifax. Mm-hmm. Let's say you live in an apartment. Well, once your credit is better on 1 bureau, you could go out there and get credit specifically just on that 1 bureau, like credit cards. A lot of credit unions, we know where to go to get you started again. Your life started again. So we know where to go. They're only going to pull your Equifax credit report, and if your Equifax credit report is clean and it has a good score, you could go out there and qualify and get approved for a new credit card. Even so, you can go out there and get approved for a vehicle loan at a great rate instead of going to a mom and pop or a big dealership, have them run a whole bunch of inquiries, and then with no Vaseline, and then you in a hole again. So that's the thing about credit repair, is when you restart your life and you realize, hey, listen, not everything is removed from all three bureaus, but at least I got a new vehicle that I got off of just one bureau, and I got credit cards so I could restart my life. So a lot of my customers, they come with a specific goal, right? They come and they say, hey, I'm just looking to get new credit cards. Okay, cool. Boom, boom, boom. We position you to get credit cards. Oh, can I get a vehicle? This is the first 3 months, they get new credit cards. By 6 months, I need to change my vehicle. Do you know anywhere I could go to get financing for a vehicle? Yeah, go here. Boom, he gets the vehicle. Realizing how all three bureaus are getting better and my scores are getting better. Can I go out there and get a house? Sure, go out there and get a house. So one possibility leads to another possibility, leads to another possibility. So that's why it has to be goal oriented. Any other credit repair company, like I said, you have the $99 places or $50 fee every month. That could be your Walmart type of place where they'll just be able to send you disputes and leave you on your own so you could go and do what you want.
I have to ask you in all fairness, and I don't mean to cut you off, but you're saying that people out there offer services. I know you guys offer a service too.
Correct.
Similar to that. And your information's pretty tight. You let me take a look at it. Most people are not go-getters. Most people are not going to have the attention span to do this. Look, I could cut my hair, and I'm frantic right now because my wife is offering to cut my hair because of the situation we have right now. I am holding out for a Hail Mary that in 3 to 6 months, I'll be able to go back to my barber. My name might not be Matt in 3 months. It might be Michelle. There's a shitload of hairspray in my hair right now holding it back.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, man, it's crazy up in there. If I let that shit down, I don't even know. It's crazy. You think I lost my mind? I should be in like a mental facility.
Oh, my
Not
God.
that there's anything wrong with that, but sometimes people need to get checked up.
Correct.
But as far as, I think the view of how people look, they perceive things for value.
Correct.
So people say, well, Matt, you charge a lot of money for your service. Do I charge a lot of money for my service?
Correct.
Because, listen, you could go to the dollar store and you could pick up a similar product, but I could tell you right now, it's not going to last.
Correct.
It's going to fall apart.
Yes.
And you're going to end up going to a Walmart or a Best Buy to pick up something of substantial quality that's really going to be 15 times more than when you did from the beginning. So, I get a lot, and I know you get a lot of people too. They do price shopping. When it comes to your credit, when it comes to, having a situation where you're going to have a foreclosure, this is what I tell people all the time. And as a matter of fact, we're signing up a client at 2:00 today. That's right. We're so busy during COVID-19 here in New Jersey. And it's a very weird situation because the real estate agent actually told the homeowner, stop paying your mortgage.
Oh.
Like, legally, you can't even do that. Like, that real estate agent really should lose their license. There's no second chance on that because they could pay their mortgage. But they didn't pay their mortgage because they went under the instruction that the real estate agent, is the person that's knowledgeable and the expert, and telling them, don't pay your mortgage. Save that money. Nestle it aside somewhere. They also told the homeowner, you're going to get probably about $15,000 in moving expense money. No, wait, I'm sorry. You're going to get $15,000 of moving expense money. Now, unless you work for Dionne Warwick Psychic Network and you actually know what's going to happen, don't ever state something or make it as a statement. Make it as a proposal. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what the maximum amount is. It gets worse. The property was on the MLS for 8 months. Never got a buyer on it. Well, for obvious reasons. One, the price of the house was probably overpriced for about $80,000.
Oh, wow.
Went off of the expert that stated that the house is worth X.
Yes.
Not explaining to the homeowner, look, if we don't work at this dollar amount, we'll do price reduction. The homeowner had to keep calling the agent and saying, hey, what are we doing? I got to get rid of this house.
Correct.
So the answer to the prayer for the homeowner, the agent was like, well, just stop paying your mortgage and we'll take it time from time. So I get the call. I speak with her. I saw on social media, a friend tagged me because, or reference you because, what you're doing. And I got a couple questions. Went from a couple questions to, I got to fire my real estate agent. I might actually fire my attorney today, but either way, we're talking this afternoon and we're going to move forward. That's great. Yesterday when we spoke, she said, what do I have to do? I said, what you need to do is take a deep breath. For me, I always say, people before profit, people think I'm full of shit. I don't really care. I sleep good at night.
Yeah.
I said, Google my name, Google my company. And I know you say the same thing sometimes to clients. Look at my reputation. Now, if somebody comes into your house and talks to you and they say, hey, I'm great. This is what I got going on. And you say to them, can I Google you? Can I Google your reviews? Can I see if there's anything that I should be worried about? Watch the person's face and the coloration drain out.
Correct.
Because the majority of the people that go after our clientele, Giz, really are scam artists.
Oh, yes.
They're not educated.
No.
They do a lot of, YouTube learning and all these different things. The fact of the matter is a lot of the stuff that's out there that's free, unfortunately, might have worked at one time, but that information isn't valid anymore. And it's like, hey, you want information, more information, click this button. And they try to upsell you.
Correct.
I'm worried because in October, May I was supposed to have my event. October now is the event. What if it doesn't work? We're building an online class right now in the event that we can't do it. It's not always about the money, but it's about the knowledge. And we're going to be throwing a ton of stuff in there regarding COVID-19 because people are getting very bad information. They're listening to the national news or the radios or the podcast shows. And these people, I got to tell you, the information that they're giving out is really half-ass. And some of the information that the mortgage rep, you and I talked about this 2 nights ago, the mortgage reps that are giving information out, they've got documents that basically get sent to them. These are updated in the laws, the provisions, what's going on. They're not reading the whole document. They're reading the highlight of the document. Now, I'll give you an example. There's a difference between a forbearance and a disaster forbearance. And mortgage reps don't know the difference of it. And it's really simple. Forbearance, in normal times, you could get, credit report rating. It's going to report on your credit. But if it's a disaster forbearance, they're not supposed to report on your credit. And people don't know that. So they have all these generalizations of, all these people, oh, well, my cousin's best friend's Larry and blah, blah, blah. Dude, you know the story.
Yeah.
Bobby's friend Sari, Harry works at the loading dock, best friend's manager works across the harbor, and he's going to pay his mortgage for 9 years. I'm going to go for 9 too. No, you're not. Not in the state of New Jersey. Not as November 1st, 2019. Guys, they changed the fucking laws in New Jersey. Open your ears up. I'm talking to real estate agents, and they're like, well, they got the 30-day adjournments, and, so we should wrap something up in 30 days. First of all, it's not 30 days anymore. Say in New Jersey, it's 60 days.
Okay.
You get 2 30-day adjournments. The bank gets 2 30-day adjournments. New Jersey doesn't want the houses to stack up anymore. They just don't want it. Now, here it is. It's the trifecta. It's shadow inventory that's been out there since 2008, right? It's the modifications of people that failed 2013, 2013, 14. That was our prediction with my company, 2020, 2021. There was going to be an adjustment. Go back and watch my past videos. Now, what's the trifecta? COVID-19.
Yes.
Having all three of them come at us at the same time is going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a correction/crash? Yes. Is it going to be similar to 2008? Who knows? You know, it really depends at this point. We need to get the United States back on track.
Yeah.
People need to focus on paying their bills. You know, people I talk to, yeah, I got the money in the bank. I get the money in my 401k, but they're saying I can do a forbearance. You want to know what a forbearance looks like? Hold on.
Let me see it. You can't be getting a big stack of papers because that's just crazy.
Well, no, I'm looking for it, but I don't have it. I don't know where the hell it is. I must have shredded. I don't like to keep people's information laying around. But every time I do a live, I put it up there and I show it. One of my clients, but it's the same thing over and over again. So why the hell am I going to keep wasting paper? It basically says first payment, forbearance, second payment, forbearance, third payment, balloon payment. So people are like, oh, I don't have to pay it until the end of my mortgage. Guys, that's a deferment. There's a difference between a deferment and a forbearance. And we try to explain that to people, and people just want to hear what they want to hear.
Yes.
We come call back the bank, talk to the bank. They should be talking to the bank about their credit.
Yes.
How is this going to relate? Because you tell me if I'm wrong. Right now, they're not reporting credit. What happens on the mortgage in 3 months when you can't pay your mortgage? At that point, you get the referral letter for foreclosure after 90 days. So you tell me that referral letter is not going to go out? You know that some attorney is going to come up with something and say, hey, you know what? You didn't serve them properly.
Correct.
Give them the house for free. There's going to be a ton of nonsense that's going to come out related to the COVID stuff.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that in your job, you're going to have a lot of people. You're going to have to explain. There's going to be a lot of FAQs. If I were you, I would come up with an FAQ page.
Yeah.
So that people could review that FAQ before contacting you. So they read up and see if because I need my questions answered. A lot of questions are going to be the same as for a lot of people. I'm actually working on a FAQ, but it's the same FAQ that everyone asks. You know, how long did it take to remove this? Is it a permanent removal? Can you remove student loans? Can you remove this? It's just the regular. Do you take payments? But the whole thing about you is that you deal with a lot of emotional people. So you will have to be emotionally sane in order to speak and educate people on the process. I think you're going to be successful because if you use social media and people watch your stuff, I think that is going to
the only reason why I'm on social media is because of you. I tell people all the time. We sat down that one time in a diner on my house. He said, yo, you got to get on social media. I'm like, but Giz, I'm busy. But you have almost an obligation, Matt, because there's people out there that don't know about you. So really, people should be thanking you for saying to me, get on social media.
Correct.
As far as people that have any questions, we're running close to the hour. If anybody has any questions, please ask your questions now. The purpose of the 12 o'clock show, obviously, is to get people acquainted with people that I do business with. It's about giving information. It's about giving, real information. Informative information is now. I want people to understand that I'm going to keep doing this 12 o'clock show until people stop showing up, or the economy really goes back to normal. Or I might keep it. I don't know.
No, you have to, because we find from doing our show is that people want to hear your perspective on things. People want to hear your opinion on things. So not only do people want to watch your post and enjoy listening to you, but also people want to see what you have to say. Not necessarily something that's going to be political or anything like that, but you want to kind of your perspective on things. And that's how you get a running show. I think you're doing great with the show. You have someone different from every field in real estate almost every day. So everyone is doing something different on the platform. So you're able to explain to them and educate them. And I'm educating people on what we do. Then you got a real estate investor. Then you got a hard money guy. And then you got the, Satowski, you got the other real estate girl, you got the mortgage guy, Matt, I believe his name is. There's a whole bunch of people that you can have on, and people get.
There's going to be a lot more. At night, I'm actually going to be turning it up a notch.
I think that you need an episode with like an inspector, a home inspector.
Yeah. Well, we have a whole list of people, that want to come on. Some people they want to talk about stuff that really has nothing to do with related. Nobody wants to talk about, ice sculpture and working with clay and stuff like that. This is
not that type of party. You know what I mean?
That type of party. I would like to get my friend Tommy DiVincenzo to come on here. He did a cooking. He started doing a cooking show.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So I think it would be great to have him come on, and maybe like during something like this, you and I talk and be like, hey, Tommy comes on, and you and I are actually watching him cook. Yes. I think that would be something of interest. I think people would be interested in stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah,
it's trial and error right now with this, and you're doing great with it because you have a daily thing going. So this is when you can try things and see what's going to stick and what's going to work.
Well, the reason why we actually got that lady, the woman who wants to come on with us, who's in trouble right now, is because one of her friends actually watched one of these lives or for someone else. Not even friends, but somebody shared it, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
So I would encourage people that are still on here, hit the share button and share with other people.
Definitely wow this video. When you do a wow has a tendency of putting your stuff more up top. When people refresh, they'll see you more up top and see that you're there. So wow the video will definitely help out. And if you share it, it's even better. And
I think it would be great if you and I maybe checked in, even like maybe every 2 weeks. Maybe I can have you click on for one of the different shows that I have. You could come on, give your input, and then you could fade off and
yeah. No, that's definitely great because a lot of times, remember, you're doing a show. We have to be like Howard Stern, where some of the people that you're gonna have, even though these people are serious people, but at the same time they're characters. So if you treat them as like a different character, not like they're funny or anything like that, but they're just who they are, and they come and they put their perspective on things and they educate people on what they do as like a character, what I mean? That's gonna be the main thing. So you can have your Baba Booey, you can have your Ronnie the limo guy, you know what I'm saying? and you can have that person because people look forward to watching that person.
Yeah.
But and the thing about it is that people already know to click on at 12 o'clock every day.
I got the perfect person to go out in the streets and talk to people. I'm not going to say their name, but I think if I mention it to them, they're going to be like, I'm doing it. And then, I could just bring them in like, hey, what's the word on the street? What are people saying in the street? Obviously, you can't get within 6 feet of them, but I think it will be funny, entertaining, but also I think it will be, some knowledge, information, people out there. So I got a couple of things planned, but the night show is going to come on. Right now, I think we're going to try it for 2-3 nights a week. This stuff gets, pretty cumbersome trying to put it together. But, I think it's really great what you're doing, what you're offering to people, how you're helping other individuals. I think
we've been doing that for a long time, just like you've been doing your stuff for a long time. We're all
I know.
We're up front with people. We let them know what can be done. We set the right expectation, just like you set the expectation of your customer when they come in. Because me and you, we both deal with a lot of people with emotional stress who are not that much emotionally strong, be able to handle a situation. So they got to look out for help. On top of that, you have to let people know that the way that you're going to be doing things is not the way like the realtor was doing it, or like the way that the mortgage guy who they went to told them lie. No, they come to you because you're an expert in your field. You're going to you have the best intentions for them and you want them to win. So this is the same thing with us. You know, we want you to win. We want you to get all your goals, your financial goals that you want. We want you to get your house at a great rate. We want you to get your vehicle at a great rate. We want you to get credit cards that only come with the best rate. So in all, you know, I just want to thank you for having me on, because this is
Listen, I appreciate you coming on. This is Gizzy's information. Gizzy, let's end it with that song, bro.
Oh, you want to end it with that Gizzy?
Yeah, bring with the song, because people are like, yo, where's the song? Where's the song? I think people can hear the song.
Yeah. This song was actually made in 2012. And it was made in a booth. It was made in a booth.
Was that you actually saying it, Gizzy Credit? Is that you?
Oh, that was my boy from Newark. This was done in Newark.
Put it on, bro. Gizzy, at the end of every video, get the music going. It's okay, get the music going. I want you to see the point, because everybody, you know, they do the point at the end of the show.
Anything you want, then you can get it. Don't be scared, because then you'll regret it. You no longer gotta look pathetic. Gizzy credit. Anything you want, then you can get it. Don't be scared, because then you'll regret it. You no longer gotta look pathetic.
Marcel Savage.
Gizzy credit. Anything you want, then you can get it. Don't be scared, because then you'll regret it.
Oh,
you no longer gotta look pathetic. Gizzy.
Oh.
Gizzy credit. Anything you want.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. We're gonna go out with Gizzy's song. You want to download it? It's on Android and Apple Play. Play that shit in your car. Tune in every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Standard Time. And we're bringing you new guests every single day.
Time is money, you know, get that cash.
Tomorrow, Joe Lawrence is going to be on. He's talking about business credit.
Yes.
Business credit. Business
Tune
credit.
in to Joey Lawrence. He's been in business for years.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you log on.
I'm twerking, bro. I'm twerking.
No matter.
Hang on. Don't go anywhere, guys. All right, guys.
Everybody. Yes, soon.